evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. Yeah, I know that wasn't exactly the intro, but CBS are dicks, so and I want to use an intro. Katie done lost her goddamn mind. Okay, Katie done lost. I'm sorry, Brooke done lost her goddamn mind. Okay, Brooke done lost her mind. We're gonna talk about it as well as all the other soaps. You know how we do. So, da, 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 da. Get the roll calls. Get this started. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Lisa's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron is in the chat. At the Bank is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sean is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I hope everyone had a great day. It's good to see y'all. It's good to see you, Sean. Give me a second, Ron. I will answer your question in a second. What's your take on the Belle and Melinda trash? What do you mean by that? What's my take on, like, what's the question? I'm doing good, Ed. I'm doing good, Sean. I had off today. I don't know. What's your take on the Belle and Melinda trash? What do you mean? Like, what's the question? I don't understand. I'm doing good, Black Mod. I had the day off, so I'm very relaxed. Ed says I was watching Boston Blue, and the actress that plays Justine on GH was in the opening scene. Oh, okay, that's awesome. Okay, all right, that's what's up. Oh, Gia. Okay, all right. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Um, I wasn't like jumping for joy or anything like that, so it's nice. I guess I don't know. I wasn't excited, but it's nice to know Melinda is still on the show. Now, okay, as I always sit there and say, there is one of me. There is 13 people in this chat. I am not going to get to every single person. Please understand that. And yeah. Now, Freddie says, I seen you in Sabrina's live stream. This, yes, I was there. Thank you, Freddie. And here's the thing. I caught it at a really good time, and I gave Sabrina a shout out in my video because she had. Let me tell you something. Trina has been all over the goddamn place, and I am so sick and tired of that little girl's mood swings. And Sabrina was like, "Hey, listen, listen. I wish that I had one more day to sit there and talk to my mother. Your mother is there alive, and you are treating her like absolute shit." And I 100% agree with that. This woman literally, oh, Marissa, okay, Ramirez. This woman literally, you were my top view channel in 2025. Thank you. Thank you, Aretha Franklin. Well, I know it's not Aretha Franklin, but thank you. It was good, Lisa. Thank you. It's good to see you again. How you been? And thank you for that. Oh, there you go, Lisa. Lisa is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Hope I said what's up to you. She's in there too. Oh, that's what's up, Ed. That's what's up. Eagle, I seen the clip of the Brooklyn and Katie Clash masterclass acting by Heather Tom that played Katie Glass. She did not tell Brooke she loved her back. Yeah, because that whole thing was hollow as shit. When she said that, it felt hollow as hell. Yo, Brooke was on one. Brooke had lost her goddamn. First of all, she was condescending. She was degrading. he downplayed what she did. Oh, it was a long time ago. Oh, because it was a long time ago, it doesn't count. I'm like, Brooke, are you fucking serious? Chilling and eating a burger. Now Ed says Kristen needs to stop blaming AJ for what's going on with Rachel because he kidnapped her mother because she was doing bad things in the past and present. Yeah, like yeah, it's starting to get a little hollow. Which I got my let me get my damn music on first. Um, where's my look, what else my goddamn music? Krista Ramirez is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yes, that is correct, Sean. Today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. It is not going to be on. Ron says, "Do you think that the Damaris should pull the plug on Peter because he might be a dangerous? He might be danger. He might be a danger after what he pulled. I don't know. I mean, kind of a tough one. Yeah, he did. He did try to do that, right? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it, honestly. Hopefully, hopefully, ever Sophia escapes or whatever she does takes take this her exit from the show. You know, like she started pulling her best actors. She started pulling her best acting when she stopped talking. Listen, I'm at a point where I'm just like, I don't even fucking care anymore. Like, I just like I don't care about Sophia or like any of her shit at this point. Now, Ika says finally Kane got some action for Lily. All that top level simping finally worked, but left out the part left out the part both he and Phyllis slept together at the hotel. You know, I didn't get to a point where Brooke was discussing to yeah. Krista says in our era they show the episode that aired. Oh, so you got okay. Disgusting. I mean, my whole thing is like I don't know what Kyle was not there thinking. I felt like Kyle was not there trying to. Kyle was whining to Victoria for a good hot minute about trying to get her to change her dad's mind when they've been sitting there trying to do that for years to no avail. I'm like, what do you think is going to happen today? Like, what do you think is, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, can't you just do something? Can't you just do this? Can't you just do that? I'm like, please stop. I hope so, Ed. I seriously do because I first of all I miss Esme. Okay, and Esme made Trina interesting. If we're gonna be honest, what's good, Francis? Um, Freddie said the writer's making Trini such a whiny little toddler because her parents' marriage is over and Portia betrayed her daddy. That's only been in your life for 2 years. Tag has been there all her life. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ron. Yeah, I hope he feels better soon. Um, absolutely, Lisa. Like I said, Brooke and fucking oh my and happy New Year to you too, Kristen. Um, we gotta talk about it. What's good, Queen? I mean, what's good, cherry ice cream? Be back at 8:30. Okay, we gotta talk about Jordan for a minute. Okay, we gotta talk about Jordan because Ed was in the comments section and he was laying down some good facts, right? He was laying down some really good facts. I hope you got some of the voice. It was good. Dante, good night, everyone. Happy New Year. What's good, Dante? I was just shouting you out at when you were talking about Jordan, and I'm gonna get to you know what? Fuck it, let's get to Chanel, and then I'll get back to Jordan. Let's talk about Chanel because I didn't like how she's upset that Johnny has to stay on as CEO for the company. She, yeah, and listen, we're gonna get back to the whole Chanel thing, but we gotta talk about Jordan for a minute, yes, because you did bring up some good points. And what's good, Tanya? Um, Jordan, Jordan has been such a fucking disappointment. First of all, like I said in my review, you are deciding to sit there and choose to be with baggage. Okay, no trainer, and um, because my whole thing is that Curtis, you got a lot of baggage. You got a lot of baggage, bro. Right? Your daughter's mood swings is from one minute to the next. And no woman that's coming into your life should have to sit there and deal with that. Which, by the way, Trina also annoyed me when she was like, I didn't forget to talk about anything, Ron. Um, I'm going to get to that. I've only been on for 18 minutes, Ron. I didn't understand how Trina was sitting there saying, "Well, I don't want to go to this board because I don't want to run. I don't want to run into either one of my parents." I was like, first of all, you are upset with your mother because, well, you were upset with your mother because you felt like she screwed up your dad. So why are you upset with your dad for? Why are you sitting there saying you don't want to run into your dad? This is my whole thing about Trina. You're just so fucking like flip flop back and forth mood swings. Listen, it's cool that that Curtis acknowledged that he fucked up in the past, right? But you also, you know what I'm saying? Like, you also gonna have to sit there and deal with Portia, right? Why the hell? See, this is my whole thing. She never gave Isaiah a proper chance because she was too hung up on Curtis. So now you're gonna have to deal with Trina and her mood swings. You're gonna have to sit there and deal with Portia and our upcoming baby. Why in the world would you want to sit there and set yourself up for all that? I don't understand. Like for such a so-called smart woman, you are on some real dumb shit. You're on some stupid shit right now. I just, I can't. I can't with Jordan. Like, listen, I know that the actor Zeke probably had to sit there and leave and he couldn't stay or whatever. Okay, fine. You have a little hookup or whatever. But with Isaiah, like, I didn't see the problem with her being with Isaiah. You broke up with him to sit there and be back with all that nonsense. Trina, like I said, she's just been an annoying brat, and one minute she wasn't mad, one minute she was mad at her dad, next minute she wasn't mad at her dad, next minute after that she was married. Okay, that's great, Ron. I'm not gonna go into that. Um, Next minute you're not married with your dad, now you are. Like, make up your goddamn mind. Like, what are you doing? And it looks like they're going to sit there and probably put Lulu with Nathan because what's good, LaShawn? And we're going, yes, thank you. We're going to talk about Willow and Drew and Danny. Um, Now, how did I sit there and say first? I don't even remember what I said first. Fuck it, we'll talk about Danny before I get a chance to look at my note. Oh, Nathan. She told Isaiah. She told Isaiah they couldn't be together because she was going undercover, but Isaiah could called it when he said she's now, yeah, exactly. And she chose to sit there and go back to being with Curtis and all the baggage that comes with that. Like, y'all just so goddamn desperate to sit there and put those two together. It is unfucking believable. And I know people gonna sit there. Well, one of my dumbass ex subscribers, before I want to, giving her the boot, um, was sitting there saying, well, well, Curtis looks good and everything like that. I'm like, okay, girl. Sharanda, hello everyone. Yes, let everyone say what's up to Sharanda. Let everyone sit there and give Sharanda a warm welcome. Ron says, so Albert, what did you think when Brady and Kristen, when he told her about to sacrifice herself to protect? What did I think of that? It was good they acknowledged her sacrifice. And so, yeah. I mean, I didn't really think much of that scene, really. It wasn't really a lot to build on, honestly. It just, that's what he said. I don't really have like, I wasn't like cheering or anything like that. So I didn't really have a huge, what you call one thing or another. I didn't really have a strong reaction to it one way or another. Annette says, wait till Jordan's secret comes out. Curtis, here we go again. What secret? What secret? Maybe I don't. What secret are you talking about? And I wrote that in my notes. Thank you. I wrote that in my notes because I was sitting there thinking, like, okay, what are they going to use Bonnie's, um, how are they going to use Bonnie as a weapon against Tamara, right? Because now, Bonnie seemed like she is copying what Stephanie did. You're upset. That's kind of an overreaction, but okay, Ron. Um, So that's my question. How are they going to use Bonnie as a weapon um towards the Mariners? Someone said the kiss with Jason and Brick could have been better. I just don't see it anymore. Yeah, thank you, Sean, because we gotta talk about that soon. I'm gonna sit there and finish this, and then we're gonna talk about that. Because I don't know if you saw my review. I don't know if people saw my review, but I had issues with that as well. We don't talk. We don't talk about that. I'll actually tell you the truth. And I said this in my review. Okay, yeah, it was good, Darby. I really sat there was like, I don't understand. All she wanted to do was go out for her birthday, and you're sitting there talking about, oh well, we gotta talk about your what's good allegiance. Um, we gotta talk about your medication, and we gotta talk about what you're hiding, and the 5 poppies, and I'm like, bro, listen, she's not an idiot. She knows that those problems still going to exist the next day. All she wants to do is go out for her birthday, and you had to sit there and go through a 20 goddamn, like, so, a whole damn thing. And I'm like, what are we doing at this point? We need to talk about the unrealistic. What's good, Dolomedics? Yeah, they could have kept that up. They could have just one second, Freddie. They could have just, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. And 'cause we gotta talk about that. But it was like, bro, she just wanted to go out for her goddamn birthday. Like, what was so damn like? I don't understand that. Freddie says, "I'm disappointed as beautiful as Jordan. They could have put her with any man in the world of Port Charles instead. They put her back with little Bill Curtis, who left her for the lamest reason." Um, mm, if you say so. I mean, I don't. Well, I respect your opinion. I don't know if they were necessarily lame, but I felt like he did blow it out of proportion. He blew a lot of that stuff out of proportion. If we're gonna be honest, he did. And some of that stuff that wound up happening, it was her job, and he still acted like a little schoolgirl about it. And yes, thank you, Ed. Stephanie's getting on my goddamn nerves. Okay, Stephanie is like the constant whining about her dad being at the house protecting her, but yet she's afraid to. And Happy New Year to you too, LaShawn. Thank you. Um, she's afraid to open her goddamn door, but yet she's sitting there talking about, oh come on, like she wants him to leave and everything like that, and she's making these little stupid ass comments talking about, well, what about our sex life? I was like, well, girl, you're not gonna have a sex life if you're dead, now are you? Like, are you stupid or something? Like, I don't understand why they sit there and they write her as a stupid bubble-headed girl, where it's like I feel like she's honestly trying to playing down the fucking danger. And I'm gonna be honest, like she's wearing on me to the point where it's like when something does escalate, and also, well, when something escalates and like he whoever this person is want up kidnapping her, I don't know how bad I'm gonna feel about it with her. I really don't. Um, which is another stupid thing that her and Alex are doing is blaming Jeremy. Remember, they've been blaming Jeremy as far as outing her as that whatever that secret, whatever that anonymous name was, which they didn't even know if they didn't actually even have any proof, and now they're doing the same stupid acidine thing again. I just I found myself, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, Anastasia still. I thought it was Anastasia stands. Darby says, "What do you think of evil EJ wanting to pull Peter's plug heartless? His father wouldn't want for his children to kill their siblings for any reason." Well, um, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about that because in all reality, listen, this dude had no problem, no hesitations to sit there and kill all of them. So in all reality, why the fuck should EJ feel bad about wanting to pull the plug on the same man who had no problems that they're kidnapping him and all his other family and was willing to sit there and kill them? I don't know if I would sit there and call EJ heartless after somebody sat there and tried to kill him. Like, how should I sit there and let nature take its course and I can sit there and just speed up the damn process? It's it is ideally, yeah, it sounds bad. Lock him up forever, but don't kill him. Don't kill him, but don't kill his brother. Lock him up forever. I don't know. What happens if the dude actually escapes? Nah, you got to make sure he don't come back. Like, part of me is like, I can't blame EJ for that. And plus, honestly, tell you the truth, if you try to kill me and I'm supposed to sit there, oh, okay, thank you, Ed. Um, I don't know, Darby. I mean, maybe you're more of a forgiving person than I am, and that's good of you. Don't make sense. I don't know. Stefano really rode hard for Lexi. Stefano would have definitely went hard on Peter for hurting his beloved Alexandra kids. But what is uh Ed? Are you sure? You can ask him. Yeah, Ed, I don't see her. Huh, that's weird because like I'm on her page and I don't see it. What do you think was Peter's partner in that plot? Personally, I think it was either Stefan or Dimitri. I would see. I've heard rumors, which I normally don't go on rumors, that Dimitri is coming back. So I guess I would have to go with Dimitri. Um, Michael should have let the children see their mother for Christmas. I agree on that. I do. I honestly tell you, I feel like because people don't like Willow, it's very easy to sit there and blame her for everything, right? And again, Michael is not exactly father of the year material. He's just not. As says, then we have Chad still afraid to be E around Cat. EJ told Cat the truth that it wasn't her fault and that Jennifer doesn't have the right to use cool chat days as a way. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching it today, because I watch it every day. Watching this man be that goddamn petro and watching him be so petro, like, oh my god, the horns are gonna sit there and see us. Oh, we shouldn't be seen together. Like, what the fuck kind of see? This is where it's like I have a very hard time sitting there. Like, I know ideally you're supposed to sacrifice everything for your children, but like there's a certain level of bullshit that comes with that. Like, there is no way in hell I would ever let my in-laws, let alone my own fucking kid, tell me who I should and shouldn't be seeing. Like, honestly, tell you, I would sit there and send it right along with Jennifer and Jack. Your dumbass wants to sit there and run out to the street. You're better off with them. Because what you're not going to do is you're not going to sit there and tell me who I can and can't see. I would love my kids to a certain extent, but there is a power dynamic, and we will follow that shit to the fucking letter. That is that is absolutely nuts. Where'd you hear that from, Freddie? Isn't Jennifer breaking the law about alienation of affection with his kids? Doggy said Peter wasn't smart enough to plan this alone. He had to have help with resources to pull this off. Well, and that's the thing, Doggy. We saw outside of the crib. We saw somebody looking in on the family. We saw them looking in on a tablet on everyone that was there. So Darby, we know that there's somebody else that was working with people. I don't know if you saw that episode, but there was somebody that was outside with a tablet watching the whole thing go on. Film access to Hortons make me want to scream. Julie literally officiated a wedding that involved a serial killer that terrorized Abigail so bad she had a mental breakdown. I'm gonna need them to chill. I don't listen. I don't even understand. I don't understand Carly and that stupid ass plan that she has going on. Ed, did you get anything else except let me check. I normally don't check these damn notifications, but okay. Weird, I didn't see any notification. But then again, I'm following like way too many damn people, so oh, okay. Alright, cool. Alright, I respect that. Damn, now wonder why I haven't checked my damn notifications. Sophia's sure gonna hurt now. Probably. Listen, I don't know if they can't get back to the same actress that played Jen Spears. They don't want to, or they just want this new iteration version of her, but like it's so fucking bad. Like I don't care. Like, and it's I know some people, and I'm not gonna sit there say their names of oh, of course, but I know that. I know that. I know that. This is why for me personally, like I don't even bother. For me personally, I don't bother to go to any of those websites because I know that they're gonna be full of shit. I'm gonna be honest. Like unless it's for me personally, unless it's coming from um the actual whatever. I'm just like a couple of I think it was Monday. I don't know. It's like last week or some shit. Somebody came in here and they were like, "I heard a rumor on Facebook that Drew's leaving the show. Bye bye, Drew." And I'm just like, it was on fucking Facebook. Like it was literally on Facebook. Like the worst place you could sit there and try to get any sort of like, unless it's from the actor or the show. I don't bother. I don't. I don't even bother with them. But when at Melinda Jonas, his first victim, he went, "Wow." Ed said Julie also stood up for her cousin Nick Fallon, who went after Melinda Jonas, his first victim. He went to jail for. I don't either. I don't. I don't either, Sean. I don't. Um, well, honestly, told you I haven't really thought much of it because it's just a rumor made by Belinda with no actual fucking proof. But yeah, exactly. Well, Belinda said that shit. Let me put it this way: I wouldn't knock it. Like I wouldn't hate it if Sam came back. I wouldn't hate it if Sam came back, as long as she came back and she wasn't acting like a fucking Karen. Um, and they actually wrote her good. I'll be happy. I would be happy if they actually wrote her good because her last run was dog shit. Whoever said that, not true, even though I wish it was because I'm sick of Drew. Cartoonish villainous, yeah. Well, what kind of villain would you like on the show? What kind of villain would you like on the show? For me personally, I feel like Drew is a necessary evil. And granted, yes, they do have another villain as well. Sitwell is another great villain. Um, for me personally, I feel like he's necessary. Absolutely. Like I said, I agree with that. Annette says it's definitely really dead. Probably. I mean, I don't feel like he is, LaShawn, and I am so annoyed with the fact that like Rafe is willing to believe it. They got Gabby willing to believe it. Like I just I'm that's what I'm not a fan of. Let me get that right out. Annette says, "Will Bill Spencer have a new daughter?" The nursery school teacher, Baby B, is crazy. Who's Baby B? Now, I will sit there and say this and that. And I said this in my review. Um, she is choosing to be homeless. Okay? She's choosing to be homeless. She doesn't have to be homeless. She is literally choosing to be homeless. And that's going to go in there. Will and Dylan are going to want to hook me up, right? I mean, listen, it's a nice thing that they're doing for Dylan. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, girl, you are choosing to be homeless out of pride. You also kind of had a bit of unrealistic expectations. You felt like you can be an artist and everything like that in LA, where the prices are just as high as they are in New York. Like, okay, cool, it didn't work out or whatever. Take your ass back home, regroup, and come back. Like, what is the problem? I didn't even know who he was. I didn't remember who he was, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I just kind of fast forward through it. But I don't know. Beyond the Gates is such a weird show. You know, Oh, did I not put a picture up there? Such a weird show. Um, Apparently Chelsea pulled that off, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, what I feel like I just don't care. What do you think about me? I mean, it's sad. You know, obviously, it's sad, Sean. I mean, it is sad. I don't know if I actually. I mean, I'm gonna watch it because I'm a content creator, but I'm gonna be honest. It's not one of those. It's not one of those stories where you can sit there and enjoy. You know, like it's fucking cancer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad as shit. Like, no, you know, I guess like it's realistic, so I get it. But like, it's not like it's not one of those things like, oh my god, I'm racing home. I can't wait to sit there and watch it. It's like it's necessary, but I'm not gonna enjoy it for obvious reasons. You know. Darby says, why can't Miss Dillon wait for RJ to return, not have her mess up Will and Electra's relationship? Um, I didn't know that he's returning to the show. That's my question. What's good, Jonathan? Well, I mean, he doesn't, but he does, right? And like, it, I don't really care for Carlton, but Carlton is there to sit there and be to serve as a stupid love triangle, just like Kyle is. Um, just like, you know, at one point I thought that Shanice was kind of a pointless character, but you know, what's good, Tracy Steves? How are you doing tonight? I'm trying to upload something, and it seems like it's just taking for fucking ever. Facts, Ed. I mean, Will and Electra just got over Luna not have this obvious red flag messed them up. You know, it's funny, Darby. I said something. Well, not really that, but like I don't know, Darby. I think maybe they need. I think what it comes down to is like. I mean, I don't really care about seeing them happy, but I guess from a creative standpoint, right? Yeah. I mean, because you know, the Derby, the only thing they can really sit there and do is make them happy and then make them boring, right? Or some people may sit there and find them boring. Like if they're really happy, then they're going to sit there and find them boring. So like that's the problem. I don't know about RJ Return, but why not use her to give him a reason for screen time? Hmm. I mean, listen, I don't like. Here's the thing. I don't like the way that RJ left. Well, I don't like the way that they kicked him off the show, if we're going to be honest, because there was no mention of him leaving or anything like that. The dude was just gone. You know, he was just gone. Um, this is I did mention that there's an actor coming to B&B who possibly, the RJ recast, his name is Byron. Hmm. So they're going to sit there, well, possibly, right, Jonathan? They're possibly going to sit there and recast the RJ character. Just like they did, what you call it? With Taylor, right? Because they didn't really need to recast Taylor. They didn't. They did not need to sit there and recast it. Leslie. Now let's talk about Leslie and Vanessa. There was a scene with Vanessa and Danny when they were trying to recruit this guy, and Danny was thinking trying to get him to be a model, and Vanessa was pretty much trying to get him to be a man whore, right? And I'm like, this has got to be the stupidest, cringiest fucking scene I've seen in so damn long. And see, this is my whole thing. I'm gonna get to that in a second, Jonathan. This is my whole thing. When people sit there and come at me sideways, and they're like, "I don't understand why you're talking so bad about Beyond the Gates," and then you show a scene like that, it's like, what the fuck do you want me to sit there and say? What do you want me to sit there and say? When they show scenes where Vanessa is not there trying to approach this man at a fucking nightclub to be a sex worker, which I have no problem with sex workers, but like, what the fuck are we doing at this point? Listen, I will continue to always watch the show because I talk about the soaps and stuff. That's part of the channel. Talk about the soaps. I'm always gonna sit there and watch Beyond the Gates. But this is why I always sit there and say like it's the lowest out of all five of them. This is the reason why it usually goes at the fucking bottom, unless B&B is just having a really off day. You know, if RJ is returning, maybe he could work at Katie's new fashion house. That could create drama. Hopefully, Deacon was good, Spider. It's funny. Um, I I just look Spider quick, unless. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, okay, that's nice. What's good, Spider? Just woke up, bro. Oh, what? Maybe. How do you? I don't think that you got school tomorrow, but how do you do that? Like that answer is 1 second, Freddie. How do you do that? Like you take naps in the afternoon, and then like what time do you go to sleep? Like one, and then you wake up at 7. How does that work? Freddie said, "I would too." So to answer your question, what kind of villains would I love to see? I'll tell you, the villains that I enjoy is the Ice Queen herself, Helena, and Manny, who was terrifying. Yes, Manny was terrifying. The actor is very terrifying. Um, but I don't know. I get it. Most people, a lot of people don't like Drew. He's a bad guy and everything. It is what it is. I guess I don't know. But I get it. There was a point I was trolling. I was like, man, I can't even troll about this shit anymore. But Kirk says, I don't know how I fell asleep today, and I was just tired and closed my eyes for like 2 hours. I guess my whole thing is like that shit doesn't throw you off. Like you know, you got. I don't know. Maybe for me, like I feel like if I nap too soon, like if I nap really late, it's gonna be hard for me to go to sleep and try to wake up early in the morning. So I don't know. By the way, I did sit there and say, so General Hospital will not be on tomorrow. It was going to be a repeat. Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful are also going to be a repeat. And Beyond the Gates is actually going to be new. Well, Jonathan, I am now. The only reason why I am now is because he confirmed that he was by him Smith saying that he faked his death. So that's what convinced me because he pretty much admitted it. I was wait. That's the thing, Jonathan. I was waiting for him to officially admit it. You know, it doesn't throw me off. I still go to sleep around normal time, around 12ish. That's normal. Bro, what time do you wake up? I don't know how I used to do that shit. I don't know how I used to do that shit in high school because I would go to sleep around. I'm not gonna lie. I would go to sleep. Yes, I am, Sean. I will sit there and see you tomorrow. Um, I would I would go to sleep around 1 o'clock. See, because back in the day when I used to watch Toonami, I used to wait for Gundam Wing, the adult version, and that didn't come on until like 12 o'clock. Then I think something else came on after that, so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go to sleep around 1 o'clock, and then I would wake up around like 5:30. It sounds like fucking torture now. Yes, Happy New Year, Sean. It was a good scene. It was a good scene. And see, here's my thing. Matt Clark, Austin, um, what was his name after that? Oh, that's what it was. Thank you, Jonathan. Um, Franco. He's still playing Todd fucking Manning. He is still playing Todd. And don't get me wrong. I feel like with certain actors and stuff like that, you just gotta sit there and bite the bullet. Well, Spider, you and I think Sean actually, and glad that they did that. I had issues with that scene. I talked about it earlier, but I had some issues with that scene. Um, ooh, she could. You know what? Listen, she could. You're right, Spider. She could blackmail Alexis. Molly definitely related to Michael with wanting to have sex and. Yo, she was out of pocket, but you know what? I'm glad you brought me to a bigger point. Uh, when Tracy was actually nice to Jacinda, I was like, what the fuck? But then you know what she said? She was like, I'm nice to her because you're not being nice to her. You are stringing this girl along. Okay? You are stringing her along. After after I'm gonna tell you my issue that I had with that scene in a second. Um you are stringing her along. You know damn well that she's not exactly your type. You know what I'm saying? Like you may help her out, get her a better job and everything like that, but and Tracy was like, "Listen, I've been through that." My issue with that, Spider, and I'm gonna sit there and keep this simple. Britt wanted to go out for her birthday. Jason sat there and gave her the hardest time and the biggest unnecessary lecture, where all she wanted to do was enjoy her birthday. Britt didn't sit there and try to act like her problems just went away that day. She know she's gonna have to sit there and face those problems the next day. And you are acting like this goddamn buzzkill, right? And for what? It's her damn birthday. She wants to go out. She wants to have fun. Honestly, tell you the truth, she should have just sat there and just hit up Brad. I don't even like Brad, but like, it's not they're getting a lecture from Jason. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what are we doing at this point? It just seems so like we gotta find a way to just like stretch out 20 goddamn minutes. Well, your medication and you working at the Five Poppies and I'm just here to help you and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bro, that shit could wait until tomorrow. The thing is, okay, Freddie, let me put it this way. So Freddie says it seems to me Michael generally likes Jacinda. You can like somebody but not be on the same wavelength as somebody else, right? Like Jacinda is falling from Michael. Michael likes her as a person, think that she's great company and stuff like that. But you can like somebody but not have romantic feelings for them. Yeah, he banged her and everything like that. She's cute. She's pretty, but like genuine likes her is not the same thing as like I can like somebody but not actually have feelings for them. Jacinda seems like she is falling for him, and you know what I'm saying. Like if you're not going to be on the same page, then like it's going to be a problem. Yeah, that's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. I don't see it, but maybe that's just me. Um, I remember you said that in my comment section that yeah. Um, and okay, fuck, let me take another drink. I'm probably gonna add. This shit ain't really doing anything for me. It's not doing a goddamn thing for me. Um, wow. Okay. And if I'm gonna be real, I don't know if Jacinda. Let me put it this way: Jacinda is in a line of work where she's not respected as a person. She's treated as a tool, right? And that's pretty much that's her life. That's her whole world or whatever. Um, I don't feel like if Jacinda like wasn't in that line of work and people actually treated her as a person, I don't know if she would be with Michael. I don't feel like Michael, he's a rich kid. He's a CEO. He's doing this. He's making big moves. Like Jacinda is more of a down to earth kind of person. That's not to say that Michael is just stuck up snob, but like his world and Jacinda's world is vastly different. I feel like Jacinda would probably be more along the likes of like maybe Cody. And um despite what Eagle says, Eagle's my guy. One second, I'm trying to get to everyone's comments. Despite what Eagle says, I think that Molly would sit there and be what you call it. I think that Molly would be with Cody. But I feel like Jacinda would sit there and be with Cody and not necessarily Michael. Johnson says if Spencer comes back, do you think Trina would go back to him or stay with Kai? Probably go back with him. Probably go back with him. I think and honestly, to tell you the truth, it's just because they have history. History makes it a lot easier to sit there and slide back in to that relationship. You know, Okay, Spike Court says, looks like after today, Kristen's finally free, and I hope when Sophia leaves days, she takes her baby back since Chanel is pregnant and have a kid of and having a kid anyway. Okay. Um, Spider, I respect your opinion. I do, and I'm glad that you said that. And I'm not trying to be a dick to you. I'll be a dick to your opinion. I just don't care about Sophia as far as like Sophia gave up her rights as a parent. She gave up her parental rights. And although that kid isn't biologically Chanel's, she is Chanel's baby. She is Chanel's child in every way that matters. Okay? Now that's just a matter of fact. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true, Jonathan. But I think what Spider is basically Snip is saying is like, um, he's pretty much Snip is saying that like Chanel never wanted Johnny and Chanel to have that baby, right? And he feels like her rights should be respected. Now, because I care so little about Sophia, I don't give a shit about her rights or her opinions or anything like that. Like I said, she already gave up her rights. Regardless of who she gave up her rights to, she wants to sit there and what's good, Allison? She wants to sit there and basically say, "Well, I never wanted my baby to be with Chanel and Johnny because they ruined my life." Girl, your lies had lasting consequences, even after they were proved falsely. You think I give a flying fuck if you didn't want you didn't want Johnny Chanel to sit there and have your kid? Fuck your rights. Because you nearly trashed a man's reputation. Why? Because you was an irresponsible fucking teenager that decided to spread their legs before they were ready to have a child. So that's why I feel so strongly against Sophia and whatever rights that she's supposed to have. Um, but yeah. So despite I wasn't simply trying to shit on your answer. I have huge negative feelings towards that woman. But she's also a knockoff Jan Spears too, so there's that. No, she didn't. Exactly. I'm good. I had the day off, Allison. So I was great. All right, now Freddie says Willow still needs to answer for what she did to Sasha and Daisy. We haven't forgotten about that. Let me ask you a question. What should happen at this point? Right? Let's really think about that, Freddie. And I only sit there and say that because, like, you're not the first person that sat there and said this. She should answer for her crimes, what she did to Sasha and Daisy. Well, let's see. There was no recording. There was no actual video recording of that incident. Unless they plan on bringing back Sasha using a different actress, she ain't coming back to Port Charles. That baby ain't coming back to Port Charles. So, in all reality, does it really matter? Like seriously, does it really matter what Willow did to Sasha and her baby? Because there's going to be no consequences. Nothing is going to wind up happening. So why does it even matter at this point? I think people just want consequences against Willow because they don't like Willow. And it doesn't even really matter because unless they bring back the actress, that's not gonna happen. So remember or forget. It's all the same thing. It's all the same, I'll tell you. And then what's gonna happen? Then what's gonna happen? How's it gonna come out? Huh? I mean, listen, that sounds all lovely and good if the soap operas were consistent. I don't know, Freddie. Maybe that day will come. Maybe it won't. I'm guessing it won't. But it's like the saying, justice for Sasha. Yeah, the girl who is millions and millions and millions of miles away, and nothing is going to turn of it. But okay, that sounds cute. I like that. Um, as says I started to say, Evo, what are you doing? What Isaiah told her he wanted her to be his girlfriend. When she said, okay, being a side chick, also, do you think they're going to test their relationship with Haley? She's she was eyeing him for a hot minute, you know, right? But I think she got her hands full with that other new chick in town. Freddie says that Psycho Willow shouldn't get away with it. Mm. I was gonna say something, but hmm. I mean, Sonny shouldn't get away with all the crime. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna be that person. That Psycho Willow shouldn't get away with it. Hmm. Maybe, maybe you have a point, but I guess time will tell. We're gonna talk more about Willow in a hot second. You got me fired up. Johnson says, I think the actress who plays Sierra on Days will be a good recast for Sasha if they bring her back, but then again, they will eventually address Robert Scorpio's passing and have him. Yeah, and that's when the actress will come back, right? The actress is going to come back for that. The actress is not coming back to sit there and try to get justice for Willow and her shenanigans, right? That's just, I don't see that happening. I know people may want that because people want Willow's head on the damn pike, but and it's really funny. I wish DC was here, but DC is well, DC's out there busy living life and everything. Because DC's also a person who, well, he does the whole Team Willow thing, but listen, here's my whole other thing about Willow. People sat there and bitched and complained, which I was one of them, that Willow was boring, right? Willow was boring. She didn't do anything. Um, she was so boring with Michael, and now that she's doing shit, people are sitting there talking about, oh my god, I hate her so much. That's funny. A couple months ago, you didn't feel shit about her. And now you hate the girl. As says now that Nita has cancer and everyone in the family has to get tested, Bill's not going to want to go on vacation. So what will Haley do now to up her game? Well, first of all, she's going to whine and annoy the shit out of the audience. Let's just be clear about that. Um, but maybe the dodo brain was the thing, give Bill too much poison, and then we're like, oh my god, what should I do? Like, listen, I like the fact that they made her a vixen where she's out to like get Bill and not be the dodo brain that we all thought that she was. But I'm very curious to sit there and see where this is going to go because she gave him too much poison and she's like, oh my god, this is too soon. But then she was complaining that it was taking too long. Like, Freddie says, "I there's one thing to terrorize a grown person. When you mess with my child, that's where they effed up." Hmm. Yeah, I get you. I get you, Freddie. I do. Um, I just, like I said, I find it very, I find it very interesting and very fascinating, right? Because here's the thing: people sit there and they call Willow a bad mother, and they act like Michael is the father of the year. Michael was in the burn clinic for over 3 months, give or take, because he was too close to Sonny. Yet he allows that same person, that same dangerous ass person, to be around his kids, right? So you didn't get rid of the poison that's in your life, who just being near him put you in a hospital and on death's bed twice, but you're letting Uncle Sonny, Grandpa Sonny, sit there and hang out with with your kids? Because listen, for all Drew's faults, and he has a lot of faults, Drew doesn't have enemies that Sonny has, that Michael allows to be around his kids. But yet they want to sit there and say that Willow is a bad mother. Ed says, I want to run it back on Naomi because she doesn't deserve Jacob's gift, and it seems like all she does is complain instead of being seen working on big cases. It's listen, Ed, I would have took that gift right back when she was to saying, well, your gift sucks and you put any thought into it. And then after she found out what the gift was, she was thanking him. And he was like, good, 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 good. No, fucking get my ass. Did you not sit there and see how that chick sat there and behave towards you? And you're just like, but the thing is, though, we're beyond the gays. They don't have men with backbones. They lack men with backbones. You know how I always sit there and say how they represent men in the most weakest of lights. Bill is one of those people that has a backbone, and I think that's about it. Johnson says we don't know that Sonny was the actual reason for the fire at the penthouse. Sonny lives a dangerous life, but he's not a bad father. Okay, let me put another one. Okay, cool, cool. I'm gonna address both of y'all then. Listen, I mean, Freddie, listen, that doesn't help Willow's case, okay? Yes, and I get that. I get that, right? Willow makes some bad decisions. But are we going to sit there and try to act like Michael makes better decisions? See, this is my whole thing. This is where I feel like this whole goofy ass, I'm team one person, I'm team the other. Because, like, yeah, she's made some bad decisions, right? And we've all seen that, right? But we're not going to sit there and try to act like Michael is entirely innocent. Exactly, but see, okay, we're going back to the other one, that we don't know that Sunny was the actual reason for the fire at the penthouse. Okay, so let me put it this way. We don't know that, but let's just go on this, Jonathan. Sonny has lived a life of power by terrorizing other people, blood money, things of that nature. He has people that come for him all the time, right? They came for Sonny. They planted the bomb in Sonny's house. Okay, and I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. The final ratings reports came out, but one soap had Big Match Shot the biggest behind from YNR. The only soap that had some rating spikes was Beyond the Gates. Wow. What's good, Eagle? They said YNR lost 30. You know, I said you. I'm not even too surprised. Their storytelling, the way that they tell their stories, is dog shit. No, no. What was the other one? Sonny lives a dangerous life, but he's not a bad father. Here's the thing, though, right? Being a Fuck me sideways. Being a bad father. Well, what about Son? I didn't sit there and say that Sonny was a bad father. I'm sitting there saying that Michael is not father of the year material. Okay, Michael allows his kids near Sonny. Sonny is a magnet for danger. That bomb was set at Sonny's place. Yes, and a happy new year to you too, Egon. And that's the thing, yes, and that's my whole thing, Jonathan. So that's where it comes. Sonny is in a drum when it comes to women. We all make mistakes. Willow is not a bad person. She just easily manipulated and emotionally damaged. Yes, and listen, I'm not saying that Willow's perfect. But my whole thing is we're not going to sit there and try to act like Michael's perfect out there. That's what we're not going to do. Okay, we're not going to do that. Okay, Michael's not exactly father of the year. We're not, and I'm not going to sit here in the stream and try to pretend that he is because people don't like Willow. Right? That's what we're not doing. So, um, I listed out the reasons why I don't think that Michael is super great as far as being a father. You know, and I stand by those. And again, Sonny's not necessarily a bad father, but he's a dangerous magnet. He made his choices and he had to live with the consequences. The problem is the people around him have to deal with those consequences. And Michael knows that firsthand because he's gotten shot in the head because of it. Gage fan says, Gage Aggie says, I think it's stupid keeping her away from her kids at this point. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Um, Allison. I agree. I don't know why, but I felt like I was about to drop this whole thing. It's funny, Eagle. Somebody actually said that they like those two together, Lulu and Nathan. And let's be honest, if Willow faced some form of prison time for stalking Sasha baby, she can have her kids back. That's just me. Yeah, I mean, listen. Okay, so yeah, Danny. Okay, Danny coming over and staying. I felt first of all, I felt like Alexa should have cut that shit a lot shorter. And I felt like Danny should have probably just left because he knew that he was not allowed to be around Scout. He knew that. And yet he made it difficult. He made a very painful, difficult decision for Alexis to sit there and have to do in front of her girls. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. No, seriously? Portia pretty much gets booted from GH, but Elizabeth kidnapped Esme, and she gets. You know, I'm not gonna lie, to you. I'm not. Thank you, fucking Eagle, for bringing that shit up. She got a goddamn promotion, and yet, well, I mean, if we're gonna be honest, Eagle, I'm surprised she didn't get fired. I'm surprised she didn't get fired, but yes, at some point, I don't know how, but we know it's gonna happen. That Joseph says Drew is now literally the only reason Michael won't. Drew is now literally the only reason Michael won't let Willow see the kids. That's true. That's true. Yeah, and Trina being the new Jocelyn 2.0. I mean, that's true. That's true, Allison. But I feel like that's kind of like a blanket statement, right? Like I feel like that's a really a bad um bad way that people tend to defend their characters that they like. I Jonathan, I hope so. I do. But a lot of times, Jonathan, it's like we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, though. You know, and it's unfortunate. Like, who do you think shot Drew? At this point, I would sit there and say even Scout. But God damn it, Tracy, that's a really good question. Who do you think shot Drew? I wish I had an answer. Like, I honestly tell you, Tracy, I'm dead ass serious. Like, I don't even know. But Tracy, I would sit there and say, like, my guess would be is somebody that most people wouldn't think of. Somebody that, everyone would sit there and think is obvious, like Willow. Right? Because here's the thing. I'll tell you this much, Tracy. I feel like a lot of people wanted to be Willow. A lot of people wanted to be Willow because most people don't like Willow, let's be honest. Based on the silhouette, it being somebody short with woman hair and stuff like that. Um, God damn, who could it be? Ah, that's a good question. All right, well, I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna catch you up on my shorts that I did. Don't worry, I'm not like DC Soap Sanctuary. Okay, there we go. I had to sit there. I have to talk to you, DC. Freddie says, "What do you think? Schedule storyline is not exciting anymore. It drags out way too long." I mean, here's the thing. No and yes, because I see why you feel that way. You're not the only person. You're not the only person, so I get that. But at this point, I feel like I feel like it's exciting enough for us to find out who it is. I was just, I'll take another minute. I'll take another 2 minutes, and I'll sit there and show y'all. But DC Soap Sanctuary, as I live and breathe, I was just, Chad, I was just not there talking about DC. God damn it, it's so fucking hot in my damn room. DC, how the hell have you been? You know what? Fuck it. Take a while, get some. Who is that lovely? Who is that lovely person? Only good things, DC. There we go. There we go. Allison is on point, along with Eagle and Freddie and Jonathan and Ed and Allison again. Okay, all right, all right, all right. But yeah, DC, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? Also, I messaged you, DC. I want to know what was going on. I want to know what was going on with your Swords account and everything. All right, fuck it. While I wait for you to give me an answer on that, I'm gonna catch the chat up on my shorts. By the way, if anyone's watching the shorts, if people can share them, that would definitely be helpful. Did I message you back? No, you did not. Maybe you did. Oh, never mind, you did. She cannot act for crap, but she was not there because she can. I like Melissa Archer. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. All right, fuck it.
The code they still think owns me.
Security grid's tighter tonight. You sure about the tower?
We don't have a choice. The data's in there.
Then we move before the sweep.
Stay in my shadow. Tomorrow, the city wakes up different.
Stay low. Wait for my signal. Mark, fire! Put the pressure on them. Push forward. Freedom isn't given. We take it. This is our home. Tonight, the resistance lives. Stay low. Drone sweeping east. On my mark. Copy. Mark, push up the alley. Cover the left. Left side. Lock fire on the drone. Keep it busy. Freedom isn't a gift. We take it. Tonight, we take it.
The district's dry, Chancellor. The people won't stay silent.
They will if they want to keep breathing. Order is expensive.
Order's not what you built. It's a cage. And cages break when enough hands push.
And who's gonna push with you? A few ghosts with stolen...
Freddie says, "MG, it looks so." I know, but I love it though. Oh, hold on, let me take this off. Johnson says, "Bostic runner 20, 21, 20." But yes, that's just to sit there and catch y'all up though. Hold on, let me take this picture off. Like I said, I've been enjoying the short, so I'll put out a new one tonight. Obviously, I'm putting out a new one tomorrow, so definitely check those out. Exactly, Eagle. Days never stop. And Jonathan is correct. Only beyond the gates and days are going to be known. But no, Freddie, I've been loving them. And also, I want to sit there and say again that DC is responsible for getting me hooked and addicted on doing those shorts. So it is 100. They are one. It is 100% DC Soap Sanctuary's fault. And I want y'all to know that. As says if they go the scout route at this point, it will make sense because Scout feels alone and won't voice anymore how she feels to her dad. It might be the wake up. Facts. Exactly, Cherry. It is. Let me tell you something. It is all 150% DC's fault. This slow came out. But I mean, listen, it's your fault, but I'm not gonna lie, I love it though. I love it. I got about like, well, I got a couple of series in development. So. Freddie says it's so creative and impressive. It is like it's. I'm not gonna lie, Freddie. It's kind of fucking mind blowing. Here's the thing. I've seen other AI kind of videos and stuff, and they don't look anything like that. Um, so I've been able to create a lot of different series, Freddie, that I've been really enjoying. So, and that's all because of DC. So, Lucy says I'm not liking the whole situation with Sunny and DA both playing games with each other. Yo, let me tell you something. The days when Sunny used to be the quote unquote backbone of General Hospital, Maurice Bernard used to be able to carry the show on his back, and he has become filler. He has become literally filler. I just it's so goddamn sad what they have done to Sunny. Well, listen, I've said this before, and I'll sit there and say this again. Sunny's best work was in the '90s. Anything after that has just turned into a damn tragedy. Maybe I feel like maybe in a lot of ways they kind of just over relied on him. You know how much better from a financial standpoint that it would be for General Hospital to just pretty much kind of end Maurice Menard's contract. I remember a couple of years ago, allegedly, they wanted, they actually told Tony Gary, whatever, that he had to take a pay cut. Okay, the legend, he did, Jonathan, he did. But I mean, let's be honest. After that, it was come on, Jonathan. After that, it was pretty much kind of dumb. I mean, come on, Jonathan. Let's be honest. I like Sonny too, but his stuff stopped being good after a while. Yeah, yeah, yep. Allison, they told him he had to take a pay cut, and he did. The guy who literally brought General Hospital back from the dead. And here's the thing. Let's just be honest. He didn't do that alone. He did that. Jeannie Francis did that. But you know who else also did that though? What is his name? God damn it. Uh, what is his name? The guy who plays Robert Scorpio. Who's the actor? Tristan Rogers. Tristan Rogers. That's right, Jonathan. But Tristan Rogers his stuff was also really good. His and Holly's stuff was really fucking good. He also helped carry that damn show. I don't know if they told him to take a pay cut, but the point is, it says after his beef with Julian and the bridge blowing up was Sonny last good storyline. Yeah, Sonny should have probably left even before then, if we're gonna be honest. He should have left. Laura, Jeannie Francis should have left. Felicia should have left. And Freddie, you was there. I mean, Ed, you were there with me when we did the Felicia night. When she actually had good material. Why the fuck is there no music? When she actually had good material. Into this whatever shit that she's in now. You were there that night. And unfortunately, because it was an hour stream, I had to sit there and cut some stuff short. But like, the point is, maybe when Brenda asked him to leave town, with her. She should have asked that shit a long time ago. Yeah, asked that shit like what 2 decades ago. Felicia should have left. So should Lucy also should have left. Yes, I was, and Felicia had a lot going back. See, yeah, that yes, Ed, you were there. Why do you think I like to sit there? I mean, there's a couple reasons why I like to do the flashbacks and I kind of actually took that from DC in a sense, like the character analysis because we got to see some really good stuff back in the day. You know, Carly character was amazing back then. Carly's on this fuck-hearted revenge scheme to get back at Jack for putting her daughter in danger. When you raise your daughter around mobsters and fucking killers for years, as I said, this is why we need Elizabeth Weber back when she was in front and center. You know, it's funny, Ed. You call her Elizabeth Weber. You don't call her Elizabeth Baldwin. And why? Because nobody fucking calls her Elizabeth Baldwin. Like, seriously, nobody calls this chick Elizabeth Baldwin. I did too, Allison, which is what we watched, and some other stuff. Seriously, Cherry. Tracy said, what do you think about the conversation Cody had with Danny about how to outsmart you? Okay, for me personally, Tracy, I felt like it was a way to cool Danny's jets, right? There's a way to sit there and kind of like temper him a little bit. Maybe I read too much into it, but I felt like it was a way for him to sit there and make sure that Danny doesn't do anything reckless and stupid. Saying bide your time, you know when the time is right, and you strike, right? Because Danny's a loose cannon. He's like his dad, and he'd be pretty reckless. And maybe that was like his way of kind of like telling him to kind of chill out a little bit, but not saying chill out. Just you know, strike when the iron's hot. That's true, Ed. That's true. You know, and it's funny. I still have that on my phone, and we can still, yeah, fuck it. We can sit there when we, and I use it when we do Elizabeth night. I mean, an a Liz night. I do it when we do a Liz night. I feel like that's a good clip for that. What's good, Sean? Albert, that's why that's Albert. They should let Drew and Liz kiss in front of Willow. That would make a great maybe. Scout calls Liz mom. Um. Okay. Like, okay. Tracy said, "Do you think Molly and Cody will?" No, I don't, Tracy. And you know why, right? Because Cody still has that secret that the girls are keeping secret from Molly about Rick and his true time away from the world and Molly. And once that secret gets discovered, they're done. They're done. Justin says that's right. Elizabeth still used the Baldwin last name. Exactly. Anybody calling her no goddamn Baldwin. But that's exactly what Smith is saying, Tracy. I was like, yo, listen, I know y'all are gonna get used to the whole Molly and Cody being romantic and cute and everything. And I'm like, listen, I'm not here to sit there. Well, I'm not here to sit there and burst your bubbles, but I will because you know, when that secret comes out that Cody knew where Rick truly was, and that Cody was not the savior that he presented himself to Molly. She's going to dump him so goddamn fast. That's why I sat there, and this is why I sit there and say I don't. I mean, there's a couple reasons why I don't invest in couples, but like, that's why I just look at the whole Molly and Cody thing. I'm just like, I don't know why y'all investing in them for. That should you know like well yeah, Freddie, and I totally agree with that 100%. Hmm. Well, yeah, listen, I've never cared. I mean, I don't do the whole lovey-dovey thing, but I do have a lot of shorts where I do the whole lovey-dovey thing, so you should check them out. I think Cameron and Rebecca would have chemistry. Well, yeah, Sean, they did play Greenlee and Ryan Lavery, so it makes sense in all my children. Ed says maybe TJ would pop back in when Marley and Cody have problems. Man, Ed, okay, Ed's being a jokester tonight. Ed is being a jokester tonight. He knows damn well they are not going to bring back no damn TJ. Ed, it's funny. I saw the actor Taraji, whatever his name is, um, and I did a reaction video towards it. And one of the things he was saying was like, well, if I come back, I don't know if I'm coming back or not. I was like, bro, I can sit there and save you some time. You ain't coming back. I was like, you're not coming back. Let's just be real. Let's just kind of knock that rumor right out the damn park. You ain't coming back, and he know he ain't coming back. And why would he come back? I mean, let's be honest. The let's be honest. The black quota is already filled. So shocking. I mean, the sad thing is that, the sad thing is, Allison, I don't know why he's not coming back, right? 30, I don't know why some channels, just on a side note, I don't know why some channels make their goddamn videos so long. 30 goddamn minutes? Like, ain't nobody gonna be sitting there watching no damn video for 30 minutes? I barely have 10 minutes to sit there and watch stuff. Aiden Weapon storyline got dismissed because he had a bully storyline. His boyfriend being seen once and he could have been used. It's funny, Ed, because, okay, so, well, yeah, listen, that's like a joke that has been told throughout, well, throughout most of the time I've been streaming. But, Sean says, Kane, Victor, AI may be the worst storyline 2025. Sean, the worst storyline on Young and Restless or the worst storyline in general? Tracy says, who do you think kidnapped Anna? Pascal. Thank you for yes. Please hit that goddamn like button. Please hit the like button. I want people to sit there and watch this later on. It does help me in the algorithm. I want people to join the membership program. But if you can't join the membership program, hit the like button. Okay? Because that does also help out the channel. Share the videos if you can. But at the very least, hit the like button because that does actually help. Thank you, Freddie. But no, it was Pascal. Because we saw Pascal give Anna food. And because Pascal gave Anna food, we know that Anna is being kept somewhere on Spoon Island. So she's somewhere in that castle on the compound of Spoon Island. Oh, thank you, Ed. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Aiden. Well, it was more towards Mariah. I mean, I guess it was towards Aiden though, also because it was like I felt like they were very fast to sit there and abandon that gay storyline. And Christina isn't dissing anyone, right? She's not, she's LGBT or whatever, but she ain't singing no one. It's like soap operas find ways to get rid of LGBT storylines, like the whole Aiden thing. Mariah is nowhere to be found on Young and Restless, and Tess and no job bum ass Daniel wind up having intercourse. So yeah, they you know what I'm saying, like why are they got rid of the whole having gay people on the show. They're in a hospital. I mean, yeah, they have Lucas. So okay, fuck it, fine. They got Lucas. I guess they have to sit there and be like, okay, fine. I feel like with these networks that they don't generally care about the LGBT. They will placate the people for as long as they can, right? I guess people start raising hell about the whole what the hell is Terry? Shit, we gotta sit there and do something for the LGBT. And we'll have Lucas real Marcos. Stop. I feel like that's how those meetings are. Why not worse, just laughable Billy Flynn battling Victor for AI. Um, I feel like, listen, I don't have anything against Eric Braden personally, and I don't know, I don't think that it's him, but I feel like Weinar tends to cater to Eric Braden, to Victor Newman's character. They've been doing that for way too long. I've seen so many comments of them saying, "You always make Victor win. Always make Victor win." What does YNR do? They look at those comments and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then they go right back to doing the same thing that people complain about. As is also they also made a big deal about foreshadowing Aiden being gay when Franco brought it up back when he was a child and getting bullied time and time again, but don't do anything with the character. That I remember that time that was very controversial, right? This is when I was stupid enough to sit there and read Facebook comments. You know, people made these comments and they're saying that this is too much. He's a child. He doesn't know if fuck me sideways. He doesn't know if he's gay. I don't know why you would do a story like this. And all a whole bunch of other bullshit. Let me tell you something. And people have been uncomfortable when it comes to the LGBT stuff for years. Power Rangers. I don't know which iteration it was. They made one of the Power Rangers gay. And there was a girl. People had a huge stink about it. How could you do that? How could you show these relationships, this, that, and the third? Those same parents were those same parents were not hot and bothered when they had Kimberly and Tommy Kiss, right? But they were bothered because it was David. So they could have did something with Aiden. I personally do think that they have too many characters, like Allison said. Um, when was that one pirate? I have to go back and I have to sit there and find it. All I know I could have swore that it was a she, and I think she was a Green Ranger, and she had this thing for another girl, and people made a they made a huge deal out of it. I remember doing a video about it. During my adventure days. CK, I agree. The super couples died in the 90s. What's good, CK? Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Allison says they still are uncomfortable as stupid people are mad when it comes out as gay or straight things, and idiots are saying it ruined the whole season. Yeah, and it's. I don't know how I feel about that. Screw bigots who are scared of gay people. The thing is, Allison, they're not scared. I don't think they're a. It was weird because I'll sit there and say like homophobia, but they're not scared, right? I don't know how to sit there and put it, but like on set for being gay in real life, but never on set for being, but knew they made a gay. Well, yeah, not sure, not sure. Ed. It's it's unfortunate, you know. But see, that's the thing, though, right? Ed, like back then, we didn't know. Like you know what I'm saying? Ed, like back during that time, there wasn't social media. Like social media would have put Saban and Power Rangers on fucking blast in a heartbeat. We didn't find out until like years later on. But here's my whole thing, and I know this is going to sound controversial, but like I'll sit there and say it. I think it's the way that you portray stories and the way that you act towards people who are LGBT. Because here's the thing: it's easy, just to play devil's advocate. It's easy to sit there and say, um, it's new, it's 2025. You should sit there and have a new you should have a new mindset, right? That's like, okay, fuck it. If I date a white woman, right? I date a white woman. I don't give a flying fuck what anyone says. I'm caring about this chick's looks, right? But there are going to be people that's going to sit there and have problems and be upset or whatever. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm not here to sit there and change people's minds. So like I don't care if people have a problem if I dated a white woman. That's your values, that's whatever. I don't have to like it, I don't have to agree. But at the end of the day, I have to sit there and respect that you're never going to sit there and change your mind about me dating a white woman. Just like there are going to be people that are never going to accept a gay lifestyle. Because that's just not how the world works. That's a fantasy. I think it's how you treat people that are different from you. That's what I have an issue with. Not the fact that you accept me as a black man or you accept somebody as a gay person. Because that's your way of thinking, and it is what it is. But how you treat people, that's what I have an issue with. Freddie says, "Well, I had a great time. I had a great time chatting about the soaps. You all be blessed, Albert, and everyone else." Yes, you too, Freddie. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you as always. And that's what else exactly. That's the thing, Allison. Like there is, Allison, it's a double-edged sword. I don't know how I got to the conversation this point, but it's a double-edged sword, right? I'm not, you can't tell somebody You can't tell somebody to sit there and change their mind about how they feel about a particular group or a particular race. You don't need to sit there and disrespect them. You don't want to sit there and rock with black people. Okay, fine. That's you. I'm not here to change your mind. Don't disrespect me. You can feel however the hell you want because I don't need to be accepted by everyone. But that is just me. Wow, that took a fucking detour. I don't want to see a couple making out gay or straight in public and make me uncomfortable. Yeah, like, yeah, exactly, Allison. That's just PDA. That's going to make people feel uncomfortable. I mean, listen. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm cool with seeing two women kiss. But like, it's just PDA. That's just going to make you feel uncomfortable in general. It is what it is. You know. CK said, I agree. You should treat people with kindness and respect because you can't judge someone because that same person can and will judge you. Yeah, like listen, I mean, I like I said, I feel like I said, if I was dating a white woman, or hey, listen, you don't sit there and rock with black people. Okay, fine, cool. I don't need to rock with you. I don't need to rock with everyone. I don't need to be accepted by everyone. I'm totally fine with that. What I'm not fine is with disrespect. You know, you're not. I'm not special. I don't need to sit there and change someone's mind about me. I don't need them to disrespect me. And I think that's where that level of I don't know what the hell to sit there and call it, but that's where that level of respect comes from me. Hmm. Oh yeah, I never get so. Allison says, "Yeah, I try to be nice to everyone as long as they are nice to me." Yeah, that's listen. I mean, that's a general. I mean, I was going to say rule of thumb, but like that's. I'm just saying, like, I'm not special. Like, I don't need people to sit there and like, I don't need people to accept me. I need people to accept me as a black man. And don't get me wrong, listen, I will date any race as long as they're hot. But like, I've been in situations where I've dated people outside my color, whatever, and have people look at me odd or whatever. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like I don't care if you don't approve. You don't need to approve. You just as long as you're not rude and disrespectful, I don't have a problem. You know? I think that's for me that's the medium balance. I would sit there and say. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna sit there and check the likes now. 'Cause I haven't did that in a minute. Oh, let's see, where are we with the likes? Oh, cool. Okay, so we got 16 people in the chat. We got 17. Okay, we got 18 likes. So we're good. We're good. Well, I'm gonna end the stream here because unfortunately I do gotta go to work. Not super early, but early enough where it's like I should probably get some rest. But I'll be back tomorrow. We'll sit there and talk about all the soaps, even though all the soaps aren't on. Again, it's just going to be Beyond the Gates, Days of Our Lives, and yeah, actually just Beyond the Gates and Days of Our Lives is going to be new. Everything else is going to be repeats, but we'll, obviously we'll talk about General Hospital and pretty much all the 5 soap operas. Facts, Allison. You too, Dolomex. Yes, you have a happy new year. Have a great night. Thank you for joining, Dolomex. Have a good night, Allison. Have a good night at the Banks. I don't know why I call you at the Banks. I'm just going to call you Ed. Have a good night, Spiderquake, which she's probably asleep. I still don't understand how you sleep for like 9 o'clock and then you're like, all right, fucking, we're going to go sleep at like 1, then wake up at like 5 or 6, and whenever high schoolers wake up. I don't know how the hell I used to do that shit. Sounds like fucking torture. Um, have a good night for the new people that joined. Thank you for so much for joining. Make sure you hit that like button, share the video, and also watch the shorts because I not just because I put a lot of time and effort into them, but the story's good and it's have some more good videos. So definitely check those out. If you can share them, that would definitely help. And yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I'll sit there and see you in tomorrow's stream. Have a good night, CK. And again, thank you for joining tonight. Thank you, CK. Thank you. Trust me, I've had a lot of fun. It's I worked a lot on it. So I really do appreciate anyone that's watching it. Thank you. Yes, I will sit there and see you tomorrow, usual time, and for the member stream, it's gonna be a good weekend. It's gonna be a good weekend. I got some stuff for the members. So, anyway, later's.